back to scene 5, interchange with Hannah's lines between Hannah, Bernard, Chloe, and Val. A far grander family raised by Charles II of the earldom of Croom. Hannah enters briskly, a piece of paper in her hand. Bernard, Val! Do you mind? Hannah puts the peacock holograph letter down in front of Valentine. Hannah! What? Oh, she's so rude. What, am I? Bernard's reading us his lecture. Yes, I know. Yes, that was rude. I'm sorry, Bernard. What is this? Spot on. The India Office Library? Peacock's letter in holograph. I got a copy sent. Hannah, shut up. Hannah sits down. Yes, sorry. It's all right, I'll read it to myself. No. Hannah reaches for the peacock letter, takes it back. Go on, Bernard. Have I missed anything? Sorry. Byron has his speech. I put up my hand twice. Valentine, unless you were the pigeon. I don't have to do this, I'm paying you a compliment. Ignore him, Bernard. Go on, get to the duel. Hannah's not even paying attention. Yes, I am. It's all going in. I often work with the radio on. Oh, thanks. Is there much more? Hannah! No, it's fascinating. I just wondered how much more there was. I need to ask Valentine about this. Sorry, Bernard. Go on. This will keep. Yes, sorry, Bernard. Please, Bernard. Where was I? Pigeons. Sex. Literature. Life and death, right. ... Byron had borrowed from Septimus Hodge. Borrowed? I will be taking questions at the end. The game book... The game book recently discovered by... It was never lost, Bernard. As recently pointed out by... I don't normally like giving credit where it's due, but with scholarly articles as with divorce, there's a certain cachet in citing members of the aristocracy. I'll put an ad-lib for the lecture and give you a mention in the press release. How's that? Very kind. Press release? What happened to the Journal of English Studies? That comes later, with the apparatus and in the recognised tone, very dry, very modest, absolutely gloat-free, and yet unmistakably eat your heart out, you dozy bastards. But first it's media John book, early to avoid disappointment. Well, what time? Game book. Eros. Borrowed. Right. Borrowed from Septimus Hodge. It is conceivable that the letters were already in the book when Byron borrowed it. Yes. Shut up, Val. Well, it is conceivable. Is it likely that Hodge would have lent Byron the book without first removing the 3 private letters? Look, sorry, I only meant Byron could have borrowed the book without asking. That's true. Then why wouldn't Hodge get them back? I don't know. I wasn't there. That's right, you bloody weren't. Go on, Bernard. It is the 3rd document, the challenge itself, that convinces... Who but Byron could have written the 4 lines penciled into Lady Croom's copy of English Bards and Scotch Reviewers? Almost anybody. Darling. Don't call me darling. Dickhead, then. Is it likely that the man Chater calls his friend Septimus Hodge is the same man who screwed his wife and kicked the shit out of his last book? Put it like that, almost certain. You've been deeply wounded in the past, haven't you, Hannah? Nothing compared to listening to this. Why is there nothing in Byron's letters about the Piccadilly Reviews? Exactly, because he killed the author. But the first one, The Maid of Turkey, was the year before. Was he clairvoyant? Let us get lost. Thank you. Exactly. There's a platonic letter which confirms everything. Lost but ineradicable, like radio waves. La la la. P.S. Burn this. How did Chater find out the reveal was Byron? I don't know. I wasn't there, was I? You wish to say something? What? I know. Byron told Mrs. Chater in bed. Next day he dumped her, and so she grasped on him and pleaded date rape. Date rape? What do you mean, date rape? April the 10th. Right, forget it. Sorry. No, I've had nothing but sarcasm and childish interruptions. What did I do? No credit for probably the most sensational literary discovery of the century. I think you're jolly unfair. They're jealous, Bernard. I won't say another word. Yes, go on, Bernard, we promise. Well, only if you stop feeding tortoises. Well, it's his lunchtime, and on that condition on the condition I'm afforded the common courtesy of a scholar amongst scholars. Absolutely mum till you're finished. After which, any comments are to be couched in terms of accepted academic dignity. You're right, Bernard. Respect. Respect, absolutely. The language of scholars. Count on it. Last paragraph. Without question, Ezra Chater issued a challenge to somebody... For 2 years at a time when continental travel was unusual and dangerous. If we seek his reason, do we need look far? So silence. Bollocks. Well, I think it's true. You've left out everything which doesn't fit. Byron had been banging on for months about leaving England, and there's a letter in February. But he didn't go, did he? And then he didn't set sail until the beginning of July. Everything moved more slowly then. Time was different. He was 2 weeks away in Falmouth, waiting for the wind or something. Bernard, I don't know why I'm bothering. You're arrogant, greedy, and reckless. You've gone from a glint in your eye to a sure thing and a hop, skip, and a jump. You deserve what you get, and I think you're mad, but I can't help myself. You're like some exasperating child pedaling its tricycle towards the edge of a cliff, and I have to do something, so listen to me. If Byron killed Chaytor in a duel, I'm Maria of Romania. You'll end up with so much fame you won't leave the house without a paper bag over your head. Actually, Bernard, as a scientist, your theory is incomplete. But I'm not a scientist. No, as a scientist, I have yet to hear a proper argument. Nobody would kill a man and then pan his book. I mean, not in that order. So he must have borrowed the book, written the review, posted it, seduced Mrs. Chaytor, fought a duel, and departed, all in the space of 2 or 3 days. Who would do that? Byron. It's hopeless. You've never understood him as you've shown in your novelette. In my what? Oh, sorry. Did you think it was a work of historical revisionism? Byron, the spoilt child, promoted beyond his gifts by the spirit of the age, and Caroline, the closet intellectual, shafted by male society. I read that somewhere. It's his review, and bloody well said too. You got them backwards, darling. Caroline was a romantic waffle on wheels with no talent, and Byron was an 18th century rationalist touched by genius, and he killed Chaytor. Pause. If it's not too late to change my mind, I'd like you to go ahead. I intend to. Look to the mote in your own eye. You even had the wrong bloke on the dust jacket. Dust jacket? What about my computer model? Aren't you going to mention it? It's inconclusive. The Piccadilly reviews aren't a very good fit with Byron's other reviews, you see. What do you mean the wrong bloke? The other reviews aren't a very good fit for each other, are they? No, but differently. The parameters... Parameters? You can't stick Byron's head in your laptop. Genius isn't like your average grouse. Well, it's all trivial anyway. What is? Who wrote what when? Trivial! Personalities. I'm sorry, did you say trivial? It's a technical term. Not where I come from, it isn't. The questions you're asking don't matter, you see. It's like arguing who got there first with calculus. The English say Newton, the Germans say Leibniz, but it doesn't matter. Personalities, what matters is the calculus, scientific progress, knowledge. Really? Why? Why what? Why does scientific progress matter more than personalities? Is he serious? No, he's trivial, Bernard. But, sorry. Ugh. Is he serious? No, he's trivial. Bernard, do yourself a favour, you're on a loser. Oh, you're going to zap me with penicillin and pesticides. Spare me that and I'll spare you the bomb and aerosols, ... All that money, why are you so pleased with yourself? Are you against penicillin, Bernard? Don't feed the animals. I'd pushed a lot of you over the cliff myself, except the one in the wheelchair. I think I'd lose a sympathy vote before people had time to think it through. What the hell do you mean, the dust jacket? If knowledge isn't self-knowledge, it isn't doing much, mate, ... What is it you're doing with Grouse Valentine? I'd love to know. He's not against penicillin, and he knows I'm not against poetry. I've given up on the grouse. You haven't, Valentine. I can't do it. Why? Too much noise. Just too much bloody noise. You bastard, Bernard. Well, I think that's everybody. You can leave now. Give lightning a kick on your way out. Yes, I'm sorry about that. It's no fun when it's on amongst pros, is it? No. Oh well. Do you want to know about your book jacket? Lord Byron and Caroline Lamb at the Royal Academy, ink studied by Henry Fuseli? What about it? It's not them. Who says? He brings out the Byron Society Journal from his briefcase. This Fuseli expert in the Byron Society Journal. They sent me the latest as a distinguished guest speaker. But of course it's them. Everyone knows. Popular tradition only. Here we are. No earlier than 1820s. Analysed it. Read at your leisure. Analysed it. Charming collector, of course, but Byron was in Italy. But Bernard, I know it's them. How? It just is. Analysed it, my big toe. Language. He's wrong. Oh, gut instinct, you mean. He's wrong. Well, it's all trivial, isn't it? Why don't you come? Where? With me? To London? What for? What for? Oh, for your lecture. No, bugger that. Sex. Oh, no. Thanks. Bernard! You should try it. It's very underrated. Nothing against it. Yes, you have. You should let yourself go a bit. You might have written a better book, or anyway, the right book. Sex and literature, literature and sex. Your conversation letter itself doesn't have very many places to go. Like two marbles rolling round a pudding basin. One of them is always sex. Ah, well, yes, man all over. No doubt. Einstein. Relativity and sex. Chippendale. Sex and furniture. Galileo. Did the earth move? What the hell is it with you people? Chaps sometimes wanted to marry me, and I don't know a worse bargain. Available sex against not being allowed to fart in bed. What do you mean the right book? It takes a romantic to make a heroine of Caroline Lamb. You were cut out for Byron. So, cheerio. Oh, I'm coming back for the dance, you know. Chloe asked me. She meant well, but I don't dance. No, I'm going with her. Oh, I see. I don't see. Sorry. No, I'm going with her. Oh, I see. I don't see, actually. I'm her date, sub Rosa. Don't tell Mother. She doesn't want her mother to know. No, I don't want her mother to know. This is my first experience of land aristocracy. I tell you, I'm boggle-eyed. Bernard, you haven't seduced that girl. Seducer? Every time I turned around, she was up a library ladder. In the end, I gave in. That reminds me, I spotted something between her legs that made me think of you. Slap. The Peaks, Traveller, and Gazetteer, James Godolphin, 1832, unillustrated, I'm afraid. Sidley Park in Derbyshire, property of the Earl of Croom. The world's going to hell in a handcart. 500 acres, including 40 of a lake. The park by Brown and Oaks has pleasing features in the horrid style, viaduct, grotto, etc. A hermitage occupied a lunatic since 20 years, that discourse companion, save for a pet tortoise, Plautus, by name, which he suffers children to touch on request. A tortoise. Name must be a feature. Thank you. Valentine comes to the door. The station taxi's at the front. Yes, thanks. Oh, did Peacock come up trumps? For some. Hermit's name in CV? My dear Thackeray. Oh, God, I'm good. Well, wish me luck. Sorry about, and about your... Piss off, Bernard. Right. Don't let Bernard get to you. It's only performance art, rhetoric. They used to teach it in ancient times like PT. It's not about being right, they have philosophy for that. Rhetoric was their chat show. Bernard's indignation is a sort of aerobics when he gets on television. I don't care to be rubbish by the dustbin man. The what of the lunatic? The Testament of the Lunatic serves as a caution against French fashion, for it was French-fed mathematic that brought him to the melancholy certitude of a world without light or life, as a wooden stove that must consume itself until ash and stove are as one, and heat is gone from the earth. Huh. He died aged 27, hoary as Jove and meagre as a cabbage stalk, and the proof of his prediction, even yet unyielding to his labours for the restitution of hope through good English algebra. That's it? Is there anything in it? In what? We're all doomed? Oh, yes, it's short. It's called the second law of thermodynamics. Was it known about? By poets and lunatics from time immemorial. Seriously? No. Is it anything to do with, Thomasina's discovery? She didn't discover anything. Her lesson book? No. A coincidence, then? What is? He died aged 27. That was in 1834, so he was born in 1787. So was the tutor. He says so in his letter to Lord Croom when he recommended himself for the job. Date of birth, 1787. The hermit was born in the same year as Septimus Hodge. Did Bernard bite you in the leg? Don't you see? I thought my hermit was a perfect symbol, an idiot in the landscape, but this is better. The age of enlightenment, banished into romantic wilderness, the genius silly part living on in a hermit's hut. You don't know that. Oh, but I do. Somewhere there will be something, if only I can find it. End of.